Charity Dingle's long-hidden secret could finally be exposed in Emmerdale. For several months, she has concealed the truth surrounding baby Leyla's real parentage. Leyla is currently being raised by Sarah Sugden and her husband Jacob, who believe she is their biological daughter after Charity agreed to carry the child as a surrogate. However, they remain unaware that Charity had a secret affair with Ross Barton and later discovered she was carrying his baby. Although Leyla is actually their child, the truth has been carefully kept under wraps. Charity's husband Mackenzie knows nothing about the affair or the fact that Leyla is Charity's biological daughter, but upcoming scenes suggest that revelation may not stay hidden for much longer. Recent spoilers reveal that Charity is finding it increasingly difficult to cope following a series of traumatic events. She was recently assaulted by Dr. Todd after enduring weeks of manipulation and blackmail at his hands. While she initially reported the incident to the authorities, she later withdrew her complaint after being informed there was little evidence to support a case. Following the ordeal, Dr. Todd left the village, leaving Charity to deal with the aftermath alone. Unable to confide in those around her, Charity instead claimed she was suffering from postnatal depression. Next week, Mackenzie begins to suspect there is more behind her behaviour when she experiences an emotional collapse and suddenly disappears. As concern grows among her family members, Kane attempts to encourage her to speak openly about what she is going through. She refuses to share her struggles, while Mackenzie becomes increasingly frustrated that he cannot find a way to support her. Later, he confides in Chas about the situation, leaving her feeling guilty as she knows far more than he does. Chas is aware of the truth surrounding baby Leyla, as well as Charity's recent theft and the blackmail she endured. Although she remains unaware of the assault itself, she knows Mackenzie has no knowledge of Charity's betrayal involving Ross. When Mackenzie makes another attempt to help his wife, she becomes overwhelmed and pushes him away. She then drives off alone and eventually ends up near a lake. Ignoring repeated phone calls from her husband, she leaves her family worried, prompting a search that quickly proves unsuccessful. Fearing for her well-being, Mackenzie decides to contact the police for assistance. As he explains everything he knows about the situation, he begins to wonder whether crucial information has been hidden from him. Desperate for answers, he approaches Chas and asks whether she is keeping anything from him. With fears growing over Charity's safety and tensions rising, could Chas finally reveal the truth about baby Leyla and the blackmail that has been haunting Charity? Sarah Sugden is set to receive the surprise of her life in upcoming Emmerdale scenes when an unexpected relative arrives in the village, potentially changing everything for her at a time when she is already facing more challenges than ever. Growing up in the Dales has never been easy for Sarah. Over the years, she has endured family heartbreak, health struggles, and countless setbacks. More recently, she and her husband Jacob have been focused on building a future together and starting a family of their own. But that journey has been far from straightforward. Sarah's dream of becoming a mother was thrown into doubt after medical tests uncovered devastating news. Already living with Fanconi anemia, a rare inherited condition that affects the body's ability to produce healthy blood cells, she was later diagnosed with cervical cancer during fertility treatment. The discovery left her unable to carry a child naturally and forced the couple to explore alternative options. Thankfully, Charity stepped in and offered to act as a surrogate. Sarah and Jacob were overwhelmed by her generosity and believed their dreams were finally coming true. However, behind the scenes, events took a dramatic turn when Charity made a life-changing mistake. Following a secret encounter with Ross Barton, Charity discovered she was carrying his baby rather than the child Sarah and Jacob expected. Determined to keep the truth hidden, she built an elaborate web of deception that has so far prevented anyone from learning the truth. Sarah, Jacob, and even Mackenzie remain completely unaware that baby Leyla's biological father is Ross. As the secret continues to hang over the family, Sarah has been occupied with other worries. She's been trying to support her grandfather Kane during his health battle, while also helping keep the family's finances afloat. At the same time, concerns have been growing over Jacob's treatment at work, where he has found himself targeted by the manipulative Dr. Todd. The situation became even more complicated when Dr. Todd accidentally discovered Charity's secret. After overhearing a conversation that revealed Leyla's true parentage, he attempted to use the information against Charity. He threatened to expose everything at Sarah's birthday celebration unless Charity complied with his demands. What followed was a devastating ordeal that left Charity traumatized. Rather than revealing what happened, she has chosen to hide the truth from her loved ones and pretend she is suffering from postnatal depression. While those closest to her desperately try to help, nobody realizes the full extent of her suffering. Sarah has been particularly affected by Charity's struggles. Believing she is responsible for putting Charity through such an emotional experience, she has been carrying enormous guilt. The young mum remains convinced that the surrogacy arrangement is the reason Charity is struggling, completely unaware that far darker events are at the center of her distress. With tensions rising and emotions running high, Sarah is now about to face another shock. Upcoming episodes reveal that she comes face to face with a relative she never expected to see, leaving her stunned. The mystery surrounding the newcomer's identity has already sparked speculation among viewers. Some believe the returning family member could be Dingle, whose comeback would undoubtedly send shockwaves through the village. As Sarah's mother, Debbie's return would provide much-needed support during one of the most difficult periods of her daughter's life. Others are convinced the mystery relative could be Andy Sugden. The former village resident remains a hugely popular figure among fans, and his return would mark a major moment for the Sugden family. Reuniting with Sarah after years away would certainly create plenty of emotional scenes. Of course, there is every chance the newcomer is someone entirely different. The Sugden and Dingle family trees are vast, meaning there are countless possibilities when it comes to unexpected relatives emerging from the shadows. Adding further intrigue is the arrival of Serena Sugden, a new member of the extended family who is set to play a significant role in future storylines. Producers have already hinted that Serena will become heavily involved in the fallout from a traumatic situation affecting one of the show's central characters. Whether Serena is connected to Sarah's surprise encounter remains to be seen, but her arrival suggests major developments are on the horizon. As Charity's secrets threaten to unravel and Sarah's family expands in unexpected ways, the coming weeks promise plenty of drama. The biggest question now is whether this mystery relative will bring comfort and support, or whether their arrival will trigger even more chaos for the struggling family. With hidden truths, family revelations, and emotional confrontations all on the cards, Sarah's world could be about to change forever. Emmerdale is broadcast on ITV1 every weekday at 8 p.m. New episodes are also available to watch from 7 a.m. on ITVX and YouTube before they air on television.